Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Hypocrisy is when you ask someone to do something that you would not do. And here is, in this case we have a new UK official who either has a short memory or is just a hack, or both. This article comes from Republic World and it's August 20th, 2022. UK official says Russia, and I'm quoting, has no moral, we talk about morality here, moral right to attend G20 amid war with Ukraine. Alright, let's see. A British Foreign Ministry official said that Russia has no moral standing to attend the G20 summit while continuing its military assault on Ukraine. As the ruthless war between Russia and Ukraine continues unabated, the United Kingdom stated that Moscow has no moral right to attend the G20 summit. The Kiev Independent reported, quoting a British Foreign Ministry official. UK Minister of Parliament Rishi Sunak has also urged G20 to prevent Russian President Vladimir Putin from attending meetings until Russia ends its conflict in Ukraine. And I'm quoting, "Our G20 partners and allies have a collective responsibility to call Putin's abhorrent behavior out," a spokesperson for Sunak said. "Sitting around the table with him isn't good enough when he is responsible for children being killed in the beds as they sleep." All right, let's go and get them one by one, because it's more than that. I'm going to read in a minute. It's too much and I don't want to go back. It's just get it one by one and comment it as it goes. So they talk about has no moral right. Okay, then does the United States have the moral right? Does UK have a moral right? I don't think they do. They do. No, I don't think. I know they don't. If we uphold them to the same standards as we uphold Russia, and then UK should not be, Germany should not be, France should not be. Each and every country that participated in illegal bombardment of Yugoslavia, NATO, should not participate. It has no moral right to be there. Nothing. All right. So we cleared this weasel's intelligence. He's a bottom feeder, below 86 IQ, or a weasel. All right, let's go further. What do we find here? As the ruthless war between these guys continue, no moral right like the other ones had. All right, and then he says also urge G20 to prevent Russian President Vladimir Putin to attending meeting until it ends the conflict. There are rules. You can't make rules, or you can't decide certain things if they're not rules set in place. You can't convict someone for, convict to 20 years in prison for breaking a certain piece of grass. You can't make now. That's very immoral and very hurt the environment. 20 years, bang. You can't do it. There should be laws in place. That should be. You have to base your conviction or statement on some legal document. Does G20, because when they signed it and they agreed G20 and blah blah, there are some documents signed. That's policies where it says this person should be excluded if they do this and they don't do that and do this. Remember. So you can't just say, if there's something saying in their, protocols that in the case that a country attacks another country, they should not be participating in G20, okay. But I don't think that's the case, because G20 or G whatever that was at that time, I don't think it was G20 1999, I'm certain that it wasn't, then it was G8 or something. They did not exclude the countries like all of them, maybe out of Japan, that were in that G whatever. So therefore you can't do it just like that. But you can't do it if you're still normal. If you're juvenile, as I've said in the previous video, you can. So that's one point. You can't just do it like that. Now, if you say, yeah, he's a war criminal, you have to prove it. That's a long string of, innocent until proven guilty, right? So there you have it. Putin was not, how should I put it, convicted of anything. He was not even charged in a court of law. So he's a clean man. Those children that are killed over there, Iraqi children were killed, Serbian children were killed, and many others. Afghani children were killed. So it doesn't qualify. Was anybody charged for that? No. Convicted? No. Aside from Milosevic, who was not convicted because he died in the meantime, if you know what I mean. So, you see, this is a very, she shouldn't participate. Based on what? You vote based on what? What do you have to back up? Or is that any policy stating? Or you just make it up right now because you are in a religious, I don't know how to call it, gathering, and you decide who's moral and who's not all of a sudden, but you start now, or you start only from February 24th without convictions. I mean, there are rules, there are steps. If we don't follow them, then why bother to have rules? Just to pretend? Yeah. And it says, our G20 partners and allies have a collective responsibility to call Putin's abhorrent behavior out. Did you call Clinton out? Madeleine Albright out? Tony Blair out? Huh? Did any of you, did anybody did that or will do ever? George W. Bush out? Will anybody call these guys? Cheney out? Rumsfeld out? Condoleezza Rice out? No? No, they're very nice old people and very respected. I'm not going to go to Clinton, I got him, but you can include her too with other stuff. But anyway, nobody calls, so they call this guy. Okay, prove that he's guilty. I'm okay for that. But then if you start something with this guy, start with the other ones. They're still alive. You know exactly where they're at. The spokesperson even added that they must make it clear to Putin that he cannot join them at the table until he ends the unlawful conflict in Ukraine. So was Yugoslavia bombardment attacks, conflict, was it lawful? Was it? It was not. So then, where are those guys? And I don't know what you mean lawful conflict, but anyway. Besides Putin, the leader of China, Xi Jinping would attend the summit, which will be held in Indonesia in November. Yeah. So this is it. We have a moral responsibility. Okay, we have a moral responsibility. I give you some phone numbers, names, call those guys, and first take care of them. And then when you come to me, then you're going to charge me and you make a decision to me. You don't start with me. No. You start with the crimes that occurred in the past, and you take care of people in the past. Because there are people who are just, so they're going to be the first ones. And once you get to Putin, by the time he's going to be dead, you're going to be doing whatever you want to do about it. It should be working. So I don't subscribe to this kind of moral posturing. I'm for morality 100%, but I'm not for selective morality. Here I apply it, here I don't apply it. I don't like that. That's not the way it is. But these guys are as they are. How do you call this kind of person? How would you call this kind of person? Being very moral in one side, but not looking over there. How do you call that? Any credibility? No. And then what are the motives? Money, position, brain, lack of character, and he talks about morality. That person talks about morality. The criminal preaches, oh, everybody be law-abiding citizens here, okay? We're going to punish each one of you, but he wasn't. You know what I mean. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.